I walked in this room after seeing somebody moving around on the bed, and I said, what the f? What is up, Battle Boos? It's Sergeant Bodie, and I'm back. Welcome back. So yeah, it's been a little bit since I made a video last, but things got kind of hectic. I'm gonna talk to you guys about where I'm at right now. Basically, I'm at the end of the first month. I've technically been here like 5 weeks here at Fort Sam Houston for the 68 Papa program, radiology tech or rad tech. Yes, so we are through, just about through with our first month called BMO, Basic Medical Orientation. Yeah, so we're basically just about through with that. It's been very interesting. I feel that the material, the books that we were using were a bit outdated, but who am I? I'm just a student coming through here, and I'm just here to make my bones and move on. The next thing that I'm worried about is basically just staying focused on the radiology coursework, and part of that is physics. We'll have physics 1, 2, and 3. And as you know, that I'm in an accelerated program. Typically, to become a rad tech, that's a 2-year civilian program, as I've mentioned before. But here in the Army, it's 1 year, baby. 1 year. So yeah, so there's not a whole lot of room for error. But you can always ask questions. Everybody here is willing to help you along your way. It's just been a very interesting experience from start to finish up until this point. There have been so many things that have happened. Namely, we were stabbing each other. Okay, I'm joking. Not technically stabbing each other, but we did have to give each other injections of saline, of course, but we had to get comfortable with grabbing each other, like almost like how when you get a vaccine, the flu vaccine, same way, right in the arm here. Yeah, good old muscle. Yeah, we all had to round robin, basically partner up and do that to each other. And then that same week, we also started IVs on each other. And honestly, like everybody in this class, we're all like so gung-ho, like we're ready to go. Everybody loves jumping in and asking questions and answering questions and participating. It's a really good class. We're a big class. We keep hearing that every day. There's 24 of us total. So yeah, that week we did not only the injections, but we did IVs on each other. That went really well. Like I said, everybody in the class is pretty much enthusiastic. I mean, some of us, of course, were a little nervous. None of us in the class had ever done it before on an actual person. So we actually practiced with dummy arms in the saline water first. The day before, and then we just jumped right into it the next day, and we did the IVs. We did that on Friday, so that was really an awesome experience. I did it first time go. I didn't mess up the catheter or anything. I got blood, like I had my patient bleeding a little bit, but pretty much I think the controlling the blood comes with, just the experience. The more you do it, the better you get. And it's just the reason why a rad tech would learn to do that is because with certain modalities, you would have to use an intravenous contrast that would help you to see the veins or arteries inside of a patient. Other contrast, ingestion styles would be literally just drinking something, or you would get an enema. That means they stick it where the sun doesn't shine. Anyway, not worried about that right now, but there have been so many things, so many eventful things that have happened. I got more stuff for the room, so there's more videos to follow about that. I know you guys are excited to see that, or not. I'm excited though. Anyway, so yes, I was granted leave outside of the mile radius for this past weekend, and I was honestly shocked that I got it, and also very, very grateful. I got to go back home briefly for the weekend to do something that was very, very important to me. A very dear friend of mine got married, and it really, really, really made my day. honestly, that they allowed me to go and experience that, because they really did not have to do that. It's very early in the program, and they could have easily just kept it easier for themselves and told me no, but they did not. They considered how I felt about the situation, and I really do appreciate that. And there's nothing more that I can say about that. So that makes me want to do even better and represent as best I can while I'm here. So I got back Sunday night, and one of my battle buddies to pick me up from the airport, which was really, really nice of her, because it was a super late night, and then we did have to get up early in the morning. So she really looked out with that. She took me to my car, which was like, I left like at a parking lot that was just by the gate. But anyway, she came to pick me up from the airport, and I got back to the barracks just a little after midnight. And when I put my key in my door, pushed it, turned on the light, I saw somebody moving on the second bed in my room. I walked in this room after seeing somebody moving around on the bed, and I said, what the
4 years ago.
And she's like, yeah, man, I know, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my God. So basically what happened was she showed up here just like I did, but she got here, I think, Sunday afternoon. And for some reason she was assigned to this room with me. Now, as you guys know, I am a sergeant. I am an E5 type, not staff sergeant with the little rocker. That's an E6 type. So, anywho, typically, if you ever have soldiers sharing rooms, you would have them be the same rank, just about. So this person, unfortunately, was not the same rank as me. She was actually a E4. That's a specialist. And they typically don't like to put NCOs and lower enlisted in the same rooms. It's just something that the Army typically does not do. And it just seemed like this was just a rushed thing, and they just kind of threw her in here. It made for a very, 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 very surprising return home. Well, return to the barracks, because my home is in Philly. But anyway, I was shocked, and it was weird. So yes, I had a roommate temporarily. Notice I said had. She has been moved out as of today. I believe she was placed in a room with somebody that's in the same company as her, and most likely the same rank as she is. So it was very, very temporary. Not gonna lie, I always knew that it was a possibility that I would probably get a roommate at some point, but for it to happen in that way was just so jarring and so off-putting and so shocking that it just was like, I didn't expect to come in from a weekend like away and see somebody just laying in the second bed. It was just really weird, because it's like right in, like, the first thing you see when you open the door. So it just was like, who the fuck is moving around in here? So it was just a little nerve-wracking, a little bit for both of us, I'm sure. But she was a really nice soldier. I don't have anything against her. None of this was her fault. And we both were just thrown in this very weird situation that I'm sure could quite possibly happen again. Just being honest. Like I told you guys before, it's all about embracing the suck. Embrace the suck. The smile. Attitude. No, walk off. No. No, it's just all about keeping a positive attitude, because if not, it will start to get to you. You will start to feel like you are losing your mind, because you'll feel like there are so many, or there are too many things that are not within my power. There are too many things that I am not in control of. And then you have to find a silver lining for yourself so that you can make it through, because doing something like this can be very difficult. And none of us are under the exact circumstances that we want to be in, but we're all here for a reason. And it's not always easy to show up and like show up how you should. Okay, sometimes it gets a little hard, and it's like, I'm not even going to joke about that. Like, this program that I'm in, it's very, very demanding, and I want to make sure that I'm giving it the focus that it deserves. The vlogging is just a byproduct. Like, me telling you guys about it as I'm here is just something that I'm doing that's a little extra. It hasn't become a burden yet, but I plan to keep good boundaries with this so that I can still focus on what I need to do here academically and physically while I'm here. I need to leave here with something.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way.
I need to leave here with something. It took a while to get me here, so I'm leaving here with something. And the vlogging was just a way for me to journal or document this experience, because I think that there's a population of soldiers out there, or would-be soldiers or airmen or sailors, that want the knowledge. Yeah, so that's basically it for this video. Next week we will do what's called a try-up, when we incorporate with sailors. We won't be getting any airmen in our class apparently, but they will be adding 11 sailors to our class. And yes, those are Navy personnel, and that's when we'll be getting into our radiology fundamentals. We'll start getting into the actual course work of the program, and I'm really excited about that. I'm glad to see 1 month down and then 5 more to go. Time is actually moving very quickly. I can't believe that it's already been about a month in a week, or yeah, about 5 weeks. I can't even believe it. It went by very quickly. I couldn't ask for a better situation. I think it's because we're so busy here that, you know, time kind of just flies by. It has really been flying, and I'm not mad. Yeah, I'm just ready, and I'm excited for the next steps. And you guys have any questions about anything that I can answer, specifically something that I kind of maybe glossed over, or something that I didn't mention but you're curious about, please don't hesitate to put your questions in the comments, and I will be happy to answer. And if I don't know the answer, I'd be happy to find out for you. All right, Battle Boos. Peace.